Hey y'all. Hey. Okay, so I just needed to make a quick message. God wanted me to let y'all know that some of y'all are dealing with spiritual warfare right now, okay? He's been showing me that some of y'all are dealing with spiritual warfare right now, and you need to fight back, okay? You need to fight back. Something me and him were talking about. So during this journey with God, He's been showing us how to better communicate with him. He's been showing us how to better hear from him. And sometimes things can be held up because God is waiting on us, right? Maybe he's given us some instructions. We haven't fallen through on it, or something like that, or maybe we're not ready. But then there are times when it's the enemy that's holding things up, right? And so as you walk with God, grow in your relationship with God, you're able to learn and discern this, right? Over time. A lot of things we go through is repetitious is because we're learning, right? And repetition is the mother of learning. And so, and then what you can also do, what you should definitely do is if you're not sure if things are being held up because God is holding it up because you're not ready or you haven't done this or that yet, that's when you go to God in prayer and you ask him about that area in your life and you ask him, what's the holdup, right? You ask him, is it something that he's waiting on you to do? Or or if this is the enemy, you can go to God and ask him this, okay? And the reason God wanted me to make this message is that some of y'all don't realize that you're under attack. So you got to think about it like this. If somebody's attacking you and you don't if you ever been in a fight and someone's just hitting you and you're not blocking the attack, you're not swinging back or nothing, you just sitting there taking a beating, right? um, that's not really a fair fight. And and then, I mean, the bottom line is, listen, God said some of y'all are under attack right now. A lot of the things that y'all are facing, y'all need to open up your mouth and speak against them, okay? One thing I was hearing was the confessions of the tongue are mighty. That's what I was hearing. And he was talking about spiritual warfare and Lord have mercy. But I also heard the scripture about the kingdom of heaven suffering violence, and the violent take it by force. So these are the scriptures he's been having playing in my head on repeat. And this is something he had to show me too, because, I'm just like, I'm going to be patient with God's timing. I'm going to be doing, the list of things he told me to do. I'm going to be working on those areas, right? I'm trying to make sure he finds me working. But he had to point out that I was under attack, right? Because we're used to this. We're used to this. It's been repetitious for us, like I was saying. Some of y'all things at this point, it's not that God hasn't released some of them. Some of them have been released, but the enemy has been holding them up, okay? So hopefully this is confirmation to whoever it's for. Like I said, you can go to God and talk to him about this and ask him if God is waiting on you. Talk to him about the different areas in your life, okay? Because the people I'm talking to, I know you got a lot going on. It can be work. It can be home. It can be your children. It can be your spouse. It's just like it's all around you, surrounded around, on all sides. Talk to God about each and every individual area of your life and ask him, is what should you be doing in this situation? This is the problem. This is the issue. This is what I'm experiencing. This is how it makes me feel. What can I do? What should I be doing? Tell me what to do, Daddy. Tell me what I'm supposed to do. Y'all know I call God Dad. So tell me, what am I supposed to do to make this situation better, right? And if God is holding it off or if it's the enemy, all right? You can ask him if he's holding it up. You can ask him, what does he want you to work on? And if you're struggling with working on it, well, can you help me? Because I'm struggling. It's okay to say that. We were not created to do things without him. We were created to need his help, right? We were created to need his help, okay? And so without him, we can do nothing. Lord have mercy. God cares about every detail of your life. If he knows the hairs on your head and he collects your tears in a bottle, you better believe that he cares about every single thing in your life that concerns you. So he wants you to go to him in prayer. If you need a better understanding, and some of y'all, I know y'all are tired of praying about the same things. You better open your mouth and speak and pray anyways. Don't let the enemy hold you up. That was something I had to push through. Like I've been talking about this. I don't want to sound like a broken record. I just want to be patient. And I'm thinking I'm just being a humble servant. But God said, no, open your mouth and come talk to me. Tell me how you feel and tell me that it hurts. Tell me that you need my help. Lord have mercy. God has been calling some of y'all to come have some intimate time with him. And that was going to be another video that I was going to do after this. But y'all need to go have that time with him because he wants to pour into you into some direction that you need to get that you can only receive from him. Let me try to stay on topic for this video. But for y'all who are dealing with spiritual warfare right now, ask him how he wants you to respond to it, okay? If it is the enemy holding some stuff back, say it's your spouse. Y'all, God has been talking to me so much about marriage lately. So much. He's shown me so many different things in dreams too. And for the longest, I have been hearing him saying he is sending us out 2 by 2. He's sending a lot of us out 2 by 2. And these marriages are so powerful. So you have to understand that the enemy is literally attacking them. He is doing what he can or whatever, right? And so some of them are delayed because he's playing around in them, right? God showed it to me like this. He may have shown you who your spouse is, or he may have not. Regardless, if marriage is something you know that he said he has for you, be praying for that person because they're struggling just like you're struggling, right? But okay, that's another message, but just keep them in prayer, okay? Keep them in prayer. If God leads you to fast, then do a fast. A lot of those people are breaking generational curses too on their end. And that's why it is so hard, but you're in a war and you're not fighting back. It's like a tug of war. Don't let go of the rope. You are stronger, all right? You are connected to God. So you are stronger. You were created to trample on serpent's heads. You were created to overcome the enemy. But how can you overcome him if you are not fighting back? If you are not using your shield or your weapons, if you're entertaining the things he's telling you? One thing he brought to mind, y'all, and this is going on longer than I meant for it to, but one thing he brought to mind is all of this is elementary. So we've been getting repetitious lessons on how to, how to be in the army of God, basically. So learn the lesson. He was showing it to me like this. This is basic elementary lessons here. What has God said in the Bible from day one? That the devil is a liar, the enemy is a liar, right? So what does he do? He lies. So just like that's facts. That's elementary facts in the Bible, right? Another elementary fact in the Bible is that God can't tell a lie, that he is not a man that he should lie. So a lot of us have been struggling with our faith. A lot of us have been entertaining the enemy, and that is holding us up and distracting us. So God was just pointing out all these different things. He needs you to stand firm in the faith. When I'm talking about spiritual warfare, that's fighting back too. Fighting against those thoughts, fighting against that doubt and that unbelief. Praying over your family, praying over your job, speaking life over that situation that's bothering you, praying for your spouse, praying for all the things that God promised you, waking up and thanking him every day for everything that he promised you, calling it out by name, claiming what's already yours, walking like it's already yours, okay? This is spiritual warfare. And then real quick, y'all, then I got to go because this is long. Just in case you're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, ways you can fight back. This was the other scripture. He said, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Right? Okay, so prayer is a way to fight back Worship, your worship is powerful. It's a way to fight back. Fasting is a way to fight back. Reading the word is a way to fight back. Listening to one of your favorite pastors, listening to a teaching. If you're dealing with anger, listening to a teaching about anger is a way to fight back. Looking up scriptures on anger is a way to fight back. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all be blessed.